All may slaughter. Okay, that's going to be the title of this unboxing video for my new paperback edition of Babylonian Talmud Tractate Hullin. Now, I've published 27 versions of my books, and many of them over the last month. I've added to Kindle editions, some paperbacks, and now through the Amazon publishing platform called KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, you can also do a beta publication of hardcover. And that is going to be amazing. I have published 3 volumes in hardcover, and I've ordered them, but they're taking a little bit longer. On Sunday, today is Monday, could be Sunday, could have been Friday, I finished uploading and designing the soft cover paperback edition of my book, Babylonian Talmud Tractate Hullin. Now, okay, you probably have not heard of that book, but my point will be to show you how it looks as a KDP paperback edition. I haven't seen it, and the real issue here is it's 624 pages. So it's a big, fat, long book. It's one of the biggest Talmud tractates, and the translation into English, which this book contains, is a long translation. Now, I'm going to open the book. I'm going to show it to you. I'm going to look at it for the first time myself in person, and I'll describe to you how I put it together, and then I'll tell you a little bit about the reception of this book in 1992 when it first came out as an original edition hardcover scholarly book. So let's start with the envelope, please. Just dropped off by Amazon delivery. Looks quite familiar. I get a lot of these packages. I buy a lot from Amazon. They really do a good job. I can't even recall one time that they screwed up a delivery. So I'm a fan. Okay, time to open the book. Easy tear. Now, here it is. First things first, look at how thick that book is. I'm looking at it myself. That is one thick book. Like I said, 600, they listed on the website as 624 pages. I think it's more. I actually think it's got a couple of extra blank pages in there. So let's take a look at a random page, see how it looks. Okay, this is a random page. It's set up, the margins, interior, exterior margins, look good to me. I made the choice of putting page numbers on the bottom and the middle. I have 2 different headings for either the right hand or left hand pages. My name is on the left, the title of the book on the right. Um, I had a problem figuring out table of contents on one of my books, so I want to make sure that I've got page numbers for the table of contents, and I do. So that's a big deal. I've also got a nice copyright page, and it's very simple. The less, the better. Title page. I let the Kindle app that's in Word, I installed in Microsoft Word, I let the app choose the font. Now, the real deal is the funny part, two funny parts. One, I'm going to show you the cover. Now, to make this cover, I didn't use my own artistic abilities, which are enormous. I used the Kindle Direct Publishing cover creator, and I decided to look for pictures of cows, because the first part of the book is about slaughtering, the laws of slaughtering properly to prepare meat for eating. Slaughtering is mainly for slaughtering of behemoth, dakot, smaller animals like sheep and lambs, and gasot, which means the bigger animals like cows. So I found a few pictures offered to me on Kindle Cover Creator for cows, and I picked this one out. Now you can see there's a line of cows, and the cover goes all around the book. By the way, you may notice this is a proof, and a proof copy comes really fast when you order it, but a proof copy has a strip printed across it that says not for resale. So there's the book. Let me hold it back. And I said to myself, this is an interesting cover. It'll help get attention to the book on Amazon, and maybe will help sales. The other concern I had was visibility, because the white default font wasn't showing up so well. So I changed it to a green, a middle green color. And I'm still getting criticism from my harshest critic saying it really can't read it that well. And especially the back copy doesn't stand out that well. But I noticed in many of the Amazon books that the copy on the cover doesn't really need to stand out, to pop out. So I left it as green. At some point next week, next month, if I change my mind, make it black or red or whatever color I want, I reissue the book, and it does not interrupt any sales. The next batch of books that they print up will have different colors for the title and for the back wording, description of who's the author, and description of the contents of the book. Now, I just want to close this unboxing with something I think is pretty cute. I got a review when this book first came out as a scholarly monograph in the early 1990s. I got a review from a professor who published this review in a scholarly journal, Professor Sigrid Peterson of the University of Pennsylvania. She reviewed the first volume of Tractate Hullin, It came out in 3 volumes at first, so hence, now that I've combined them all together, it's 600 pages, volumes 1, 2, and 3. But she reviewed the first volume for a scholarly journal, and this is how it starts. Quote, all may slaughter, unquote, has to be one of the more memorable 3-word opening lines ever invented. Right up there with, quote, call me Ishmael, unquote. While the latter is the opening to Melville's Moby Dick, the former is less readily identifiable. In fact, the words all may slaughter open and form the reiterated recall to the ground theme of Tzvee Zahavy's modern English translation of Hullin, one of the tractates of the Babylonian Talmud. Good review. On beginning Moby Dick, I am sure I would feel conscientious and obligated and virtuous and bored. Similarly, that was my expectation in opening Hullin on preparing to review it. That expectation has been dispelled by this accessible and fascinating portrayal of the world of the rabbis. Well, I've written quite a number of books, several dozen, and published several dozen, and I've had some reviews, some really good reviews, going back to 1977, when my first book was reviewed in a scholarly journal. And I have to say that when I think back on the reviews, this one was the funniest, cutest, most positive. It goes on for quite a long time, extolling the virtues of this book. And listen, I can't get over the fact that Babylonian Talmud Hullin was compared by a professor reviewing my book to the one of the greatest novels of the English language, Melville's Moby Dick. All may slaughter. I don't really think it has anything to do with Call Me Ishmael, but thank you, Professor Peterson. Now, I urge you, take a look on Amazon at this great book. If you want to see a book that's done right by Amazon KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing, buy a copy of this book and study how it was done really carefully. If you want to learn the Talmud and you need an English translation for the tractate Hullin, that deals with the slaughter of animals and all aspects of what food is kosher, fit to eat, according to Judaism and the rabbis, this book is the place to go. Easy reading? Learn a lot? You bet. Really well done translation? It would be immodest for me to say. Thanks for watching my video. I highly recommend Amazon Publishing and Kindle Direct Publishing in particular. Go for it. Go forth and publish many books.